What is going on, everybody? I am Rob Westerman, the third of GBP Daily, and thank you for tuning in to the Rob Westerman Show. You can find me all over the social sphere at GBP Daily. Shoot me a follow, subscribe to the YouTube channel. I would greatly appreciate that. Hit me up in the DMs. I am always available to talk Packers anytime, any day, and today is Wednesday, March 25th, already into March. Happy Wednesday. Happy hump day. Hope everyone's week is going great. It has been a minute. And after a short break from the streams after the NFL season concluded, I am back. Happy to be back. Happy to be back talking Packers with you guys. The regular programming has returned. I am live every weekday on YouTube, chatting it up with you guys. Anything mostly probably being about the Packers. And if you're not new, you already know that. And if you are new, it is pretty chill. I'm not a reporter. I'm not an insider. I'm not some film guru or, analyst type of guy, just a normal old fan like yourselves, chalking it up. So, like my man Dylan in the house. What is up, my man Green Bay Packers era? You think you can support a local Packers fan page by giving him a follow? Absolutely, my man. Expect that follow right as the stream concludes. So, to state the obvious, there's not a whole lot of things happening with the Packers right now, right? We just wrapped up free agency in which the Packers were slightly active. We picked up Javon Hargrave, signed him to a 2-year, $23 million deal. And yes, he is a massive dude. He will be a force to be reckoned with next to Devontae Wyatt and company on the inside. We traded for Zaire Franklin, linebacker from Indianapolis, to replace Quay Walker. We all know Quay is over in Las Vegas with the Raiders now. So a few smaller moves like adding Sky Moore on a 1-year deal to try and kind of revamp the return game in both the kickoff return game and the punt return game, which we need badly. Anything special teams related, you all know we need badly. And lastly, with the release of Nate Hobbs, we brought in Benjamin St-Juste, a cornerback who was with the Chargers and then the Commanders most recently. So one thing about Benjamin St-Juste, or just, I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. Last year, he was credited with 0 missed tackles. And after watching Carrington Valentine miss a few last year, that makes me happy. So a shout out here before we dive into the comment section. And that shout out goes to Malik Willis. He is now down in Miami. And as we all know, he's got a 3-year deal. $67.5 million with $45 million in guaranteed money. And this guy, right, to state the obvious, didn't play very much. I think Andy Herman posted not too long ago that he played 97 snaps during his time as a Packer. But last year and the year before, every time that his number was called, he not only showed up and kept things stable. Both games, it seemed like he elevated the offense at times. So the Ravens game, the Bears game, both being ones that come to mind. Both games where he did more than enough for us to win those games. But unfortunately, our defense got ran over by Derrick Henry in the Baltimore game, and in the Bears game, Romeo Doubs muffed the onside kick, both leading to losses. So leading up to free agency, though, he was reportedly the most sought-after guy. And he gets a bag with Miami, where we all know Jeff Hafley is the guy there now, and John Eric Sullivan solely is the GM. I hope things work out great, other than when they come to Lambeau Field this upcoming regular season. So, yeah, big shout out to Malik Willis getting the bag after 97 snaps. He earned it. He made those 97 snaps count. That is for sure. Okay, anybody planning on maybe going to a Bucs game this spring? Anybody thinking about going to a Brewers game this summer? If you are, do not buy your tickets anywhere else other than TickPick. They guarantee the cheapest tickets on the market. Download the TickPick app and use their service. They guarantee the cheapest tickets on the market. So shout out to TickPick. They are the best in the biz. Let's hop into the comment section here, shall we? And as always, if you want to be a part of the show, give me a call on the Nicolet Law hotline, 319-242-2332. The Midwest personal injury law firm that actually shows up when you need them. If you've been hurt in a crash, fall, or another accident, the last thing you want to deal with is the insurance companies and the paperwork. Nicolet Law takes that off of your plate so you can focus on healing up. They walk you through your options. They handle the insurance companies and fight to get you what is fair. No upfront fees, no guesswork, just local attorneys who have your back. Call 1-800-NICOLET or visit nicolet.com. What do we got chiming in the comment section? Let's check it out. There we go. 1 second. Sorry, I had to check on something. My man Bryce starting us off. Now that we're getting close, what's priority number one come draft time? Bryce, yeah, we already are in that time, aren't we? About a month or so away. At the moment, and though, in my opinion, we currently feel like the needs are all over, right? We've got offensive lines, always a need. Cornerback, wide receiver. Yes, I said wide receiver. Running back. But we don't have a first-round pick, at least as of now. So unless we trade back into the first round, we will be watching on Friday in boredom, at least in my opinion. And then come Friday, or then on Thursday, excuse me. And then on Friday is when we'll make our first pick, unless we trade back into the first round, which you never know, but I doubt. But yeah, I've always been a best player available type of guy, right? When it comes to the draft, I feel like the needs, for your team change, year in and year out. They change sometimes, week in and week out. So best player available. I don't care what position it is besides quarterback. That's kind of who I'm hoping for. Running back, I think, is a sneaky need, right? I know we signed Chris Brooks back on a 2-year deal. But Josh Jacobs and Chris Brooks are not going to be good enough depth-wise for the regular season roster, right? We need 3 guys back there. Emmanuel Wilson is with the Seahawks now. So we're going to have to find somebody to be that number 2, number 3 guy. So Marshawn Lloyd, I don't know if he's ever going to play ever. So you definitely cannot count on Marshawn Lloyd just based solely off of the injury history. I know he's been, grinding and working to get back. He just has had such bad injury luck. But yeah, I could go any which way you want to go, right? Offensive line, corner, tight end could be a need, right? I mean, Tucker Kraft's coming off the ACL. I think he'll be back just fine. But Luke Musgrave kind of showed he wasn't much. And with how much we run 2 tight end sets, we're going to need a second guy that we can count on. So, yeah, I say this all being, such a non-draft guy. I don't do a ton of research beforehand because I feel like 99% of the people I always look at never become Packers. And I look back on that as just being a waste of time. So, personally, not my thing. Some people love diving into potential prospects, right? And that's great. And that provides, the content for those who are interested in that. It's just not for me. So the second they become Packers, though, I am all in. That is for sure. So thank you, Bryce, for hopping in, starting us off. My man, Phil, in the house, the world's longest vacation. What's good, Rob? Gonna need a run blocking tight end. Why don't we bring back Mercedes Lewis, huh? Right? That'd be something. But not the world's longest vacation, Phil. I did take a little hiatus once the season concluded. But now I'm back. I am back. Regular scheduled programming is back. I did just get back from vacation, though. Was down in Cabo. Had a great time with the fam. And yeah, now we are back to regular scheduled programming. I'm excited. And like I told you, I'm not a reporter. I'm not a beat writer. I'm not an analyst or expert film guru, all the above. I am just a normal fan like yourselves. Most of you, that is. Chiming in. Besides my man Bojo in the house. Bojo helped me out with kind of clipping videos together, doing that kind of stuff. Appreciate you, my man, for the sincere. But yeah, Phil had a good time in Cabo. Was always fun. Picked out a couple Packers Mexico themed things. That's always cool to see something different. But yeah, Phil, appreciate you for hopping in, my man. What else we got? Mason is in the house. How long until we see Micah back at it? I've seen anything from week 3 to week 6. Hopefully it's somewhere in between there, right? But seeing him back at full force, no snap counts, no worries or hesitation. That probably won't be until the latter half of the year, which stinks, but that's what I'm guessing. Just paid him a boatload of money, right? He's the second most important player on the squad behind Jordan. So I hope and expect that they will take as much time and then some to make sure he's good to go. So good to go and as healed up as possible before making a return. So if I had to bet, he's probably back around week 5 or 6, depending on how the schedule shakes out, which that will be out in May. Maybe there's a bye week in there that will, kind of add that on. We shall see. But yeah, I bet he's back around week 5 or 6, depending on the schedule. And then full force, probably week 9 or 10. And I would take that scenario. So it sucks that we even have to talk about that, right? We finally make a huge splash, bring in one of the best players in the league, and he tears his ACL. First year with us. So just brutal injury luck. So thank you, Mason. Phil, who's our number 2 quarterback? Do not say Kirk Cousins or Josh Dobbs. That is a great, great question, Phil. I also don't want to say Sean Clifford, but I'd have to look into the backups that are on the market. Joe Flacco would have been cool, but I saw that he just signed a decent deal with the Bengals, deservedly so. He played well coming in last year, but I'll take a look and get back to you on that one. My man Tanner in the house. What's Tucker Kraft's timeline on returning? All things are pointing to training camp. He said he'll be ready by week 1. The reports say he'll be ready by week 1. He said his rehab is going good. So, yeah, his ACL, as we all know, happening a little earlier in the season. And, his position obviously still demanding, right? But he's not coming off the edge or bending his body constantly. So, training camp is they said he'd be ready to go. And hopefully by week 1, he'll be out there rolling. Thank you, Tanner. Appreciate you for hopping in. What else we got? Haley is in the house. Think the Bears will run it back as NFC North champs this season? Haley? No. That's all I got to say about that one. Thank you, Haley. All right, guys, that is going to do it for me today. Thank you again for tuning in. Always, always, always love talking Packers with you guys. Hit me up on the social sphere at GBP Daily. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. I greatly, greatly appreciate that. The button is right there. It's free. Any sort of interaction helps myself and helps the page. I will be back and at it again tomorrow. Thank you again for tuning in, and I will catch you guys later. Thank you.